The only person from Uppingham.
Mr.
That's good. I'll speak for the town. That's good. Two things really. One a statement and the other a question about an important area. I hear what some of the audience are saying. You know, I'd like to reassure the Chief Constable that in Uppingham it's a pretty happy place. We have two issues at the moment. It's not an ideal world. I've got a problem with a pub that tells people at 2 o'clock in the morning, which the community is trying to collect data on. And my problem is all people driving too slow, ironically, not fast in certain parts. I'll explain that later. It's not about speed. Although I recognise, colleagues, it is a huge issue, speed in the villages. My questions in this area. Uppingham's doing a lot of work to try and take, shall we say, more accountability for itself. And it's talking to the county council, for example, about taking over parking and so on, if that's possible, through a service level agreement. And it is a fact that one of the reasons Uppingham High Street is a happy place on the whole is that we have had this very warm relationship with our PCOs and our officers. Now with interest, LPU commander's been down twice, here to talk to business, secondly to talk to community. But we invited her, so perhaps that's the plan, you should invite her in. And, you know, we've had quite a lot of dialogue about what's going on. The dialogue we're having with the county council is under the government's localism bill. This suggestion that we should move more towards, you know, us not just demanding more from you without actually having a bit more say in what it is that we do and also perhaps what we give. So my concern at the moment is what we'd like to do is have some sort of dialogue with the force, and the PCC is coming down soon, about the possibility of Uppingham putting more into the pot. We think it's important, community safety is important, and at the moment the system has always been you will ask us for what you can, you never have enough, and occasionally we've given more, and then you decide professionally how that money is allocated. The debate we'd like to have is a little bit, and it's a touch of Dixon of Dock Green, because that was about having somebody in the community who knew the community, which is what the neighbourhood team have been up to now. And we recognise the way the world's going and the budget's going, we ain't going to have that completely. So the sort of dialogue we'd like, and really I'm interested in whether they're interested in having the dialogue, is we'd like to have a discussion about how we might put more into the pot, but have a little bit of a say in how that works. And that's generally the way localism is going. So I'll be interested if the Chief Constable has a view about that, accepting some policy and some operational.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I must say, Dixon, of course, got shot by an organised crime group, didn't he? Which sort of gets forgotten. I really welcome that. You know, we have those kind of relationships elsewhere in the force area. Some of the universities contribute to have dedicated resources on their area. Typically they fund a part or whole of a PCSO or two, and that's a relationship, you know, to use an example which sounds quite similar. You know, the deal would be that if the world ended somewhere else, they might not be stood in Uppingham that day. You know, there's huge things we would need to move them away, but the experience of others who have that kind of relationship with us would be, that's probably never happened. It's happened once or twice, so huge demonstrations in the city where we've had to bring people from all over the country. It's perhaps happened a couple of times, but it is a commercial relationship and we have it. And I've worked in other forces as well where that's happened, and you know, it is a potential way forward. And of course you may, until a couple of years ago, Leicestershire County Council, did I mention them in here?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I've got my fingers crossed now. But
if you can wash your mouth out.
Yeah. Leicestershire County Council used to pay £500,000 a year to us towards the cost of PCSOs within Leicestershire, and the terms of that relationship was a contractual one, which meant we still had primacy. We had a service level agreement in effect about where they would be. But if the world ended, I had the right to pull them off somewhere else as long as I explained why I was doing it. So we've already done that kind of stuff.
So the possibility of a service level agreement with the town to use that, your words is a possibility?
Is absolutely
okay.
An option.
Okay, please do that. Thank you.
Right, last 3 questions.